Yo, I just found out that there is Blade gameplay already out, and he's gonna be coming out in a month, bro. I'm excited. Now let's go ahead and just look at it, bro. Look, in-game footage. I don't know why it looks like this. I got sent this in my Discord. He's holding the sword like this. That's kind of clean. Now let's watch what happens.
Yo, what's going on, guys? DeWobs here. Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Today, we just got gameplay of Blade in Marvel Rivals. Coming in Season 3.
Oh! Yo! What? He does a little double strike? I don't know how that's going to feel. That might not feel that good, actually.
5, Blade should be the brand new duelist. And yes, it seems he is going to be a duelist from the gameplay we have leaked today from Rivals Info. So let's get into this gameplay. Let's break it down and see how it matches the leaked ability names and descriptions we have for him. So this is it right here. We can see Blade's model. Yo. He has 300 health in this build. Now I assume most things here are how he's going to be in release, because it seems someone has their hands on this kind of release build. And yeah, 300 health. So he's going to be a duelist, not a Vanguard. I mean, people are hoping
that double strike goes crazy, bro.
But yes, it looks like two.
Bro, show me more video footage, dude.
So first up, we have his sword in his hand.
Holy shit, you started this video 70 times.
Which I think might be part of one of his other abilities. We can see here, he's fighting another Blade, and he, you know, just starts slashing with his sword.
1, 2. That looks clean.
Whoa!
What is that? What does that move do? Hold on. If you can dash with that, I might actually like Blade. If you can't dash with this move, then it's going to be a little awkward because you're going to be spinning and they're going to be walking away from you. So, like, how are you going to hit this move? But that looked clean. Hold on.
That he can just use melee attacks with, and he attacks pretty fast. It seems to do, what's that, 25, 50, about 45 damage. 45 damage
per
in
swing?
One slash. Seems okay. And it looks like this is how his attack goes. It can go kind of really fast. It's a weird kind of combo. It's a bit like a Spider-Man combo where you hit in kind of weird succession. I don't know if the person here is holding down melee and the first one's slow and then the next ones are fast. But it looks like he does.
I wonder if you weave in your attacks, if like you'll still like add on to his combo. So he does the 1 slash and say you do an ability and then you do the double slash. Like, I wonder if that's like a thing that you're going to be like looking at, because that's going to be good skill expression.
Quick one. Then his second is like a double. And you can see just after those 4 hits that they did, they've done about 165 damage.
Very unlikely to do that much damage.
Which does add up to about 40 damage per hit. But yeah, like I said, we can kind of gauge the speed of which the attacks. We don't know exactly how the player is inputting, if they're just holding down here, and this is just how his combo works. But then we see this spinning attack right at the end. Now,
oh no, that is a he shoulder barged him, and now he looks weird as hell right now. What is this fat ass forearm? This looks clean though. Why does he have 2 swords? I'm so confused with this ability, but he did a lot of damage and it looks clean.
First, you might think this is the final combo of his melee, and it does a pretty high amount of damage.
Using the sword on his
back. It does about 125 damage and knocks the player that you're attacking back. Now, what I believe this is his shift ability, the step and chop. Because if you're wielding your sword and you used his shift ability,
sprint forward,
slash an enemy and apply to reduce movement speed. So what it looks like is happening here is the player is using his shift ability. As you can see, it does a rapid chop. He uses both swords, spins them around.
That's fire, bro.
Back.
What?
Here, the enemy has a slow effect. And we don't really see anything visually on him here, so I'm not entirely sure.
I wonder if that hits more than once. It looks like it's going to hit more than once.
That is my best guess. And
that's a lot of damage.
We see him activate the Blood Liberation ability. It looks like it lasts for 8 seconds.
What does that do?
And you can see him kind of amped up. He has this red vampire effect on him.
What that mean, though?
He attacks the enemy. He has 8 seconds of doing these attacks, and I can't tell if the attack ends up doing more damage. It doesn't really show. But what I do notice is that this seems to be highlighting the enemy through walls. Because if you look, when this activates, obviously the enemy already has a red outline as we're standing right in front of them. But the second this activates, you can see the overlay on Blade changes slightly. You can see areas around him have this kind of red glowing effect, and especially on his cloak at the back, you can see it's clearly highlighting him more, which makes me believe the Blood Liberation ability, while active for 8 seconds, does let you see enemies through walls.
What if that gives
which will
movement
help you
speed?
capitalize on your kills, as the enemies will not be able to escape.
Activate vampire bloodline. All blood becomes Dracula's blood. Gain stronger senses. Can't be healed at this time, but can restore Dracula's blood by inflicting damage. Oh, okay. So this is like the life steal, but you can't heal from teammates. That's kind of interesting. Stronger senses. Does that mean? Okay, maybe not strength. So you probably can't see with stronger senses. I can see that. I can see that.
Also, from description, the blood liberation ability turns all your health into Dracula's blood, and you cannot be healed at this time.
Okay, he's just gonna. Let me stop pausing it. My bad.
By inflicting damage. And here, that makes sense because his health bar highlights red. We have the Dracula vampire logo over his health bar. This means exactly that. You can't be healed during this time, but you have lifesteal.
Okay.
We've seen lifesteal is coming for Wolverine's team up with Phoenix, and it seems lifesteal is also coming with Blade. Unfortunately, Blade has full health here, so we don't get to see the rate at which you heal, but I assume it will be pretty high since you cannot heal.
That double slash is going to be really good with this ability. That little
see the enemies.
That's going to be good for this ability.
You have lifesteal as you deal attack. As I said, we can't see if his attacks are faster or if they deal more
I need to see the dash from further away though.
We have for now. But
he looks clean.
Very awesome.
I don't really like the holding the sword like this though.
We have him using his hunting shotgun. So this is kind of his secondary.
Okay, he looks kind of clean. Holding the sword off like that with one hand, and he's holding the gun like that. That looks clean. I'm not gonna lie.
You can see when he has the shotgun out, he still has his sword in his hand.
Okay.
Because I imagine if you click melee while with the shotgun out, you will then still use the sword.
I wonder if it's a different melee, bro. Yo, I'm a aura walk around, dude, with the sword in my left hand, and then I'm gonna just if it's a different attack, bro. See this, he looks so much cooler holding this blade like this. His name's Blade and shit. Okay, let's see. I thought it was gonna be a shotgun. This is a pistol. This is weird.
You can switch to the shotgun here, and you can.
That's not a shotgun.
This amount of damage. He only shoots headshots, which is a bit annoying. I'd love to see what the normal damage looks like.
4 shots to the head from this close. Yo, this gun does negative damage, bro. He's about to do no damage. What? Okay, he also has 300 HP, so I think 3 shots on a 250 HP character will die.
But regardless, a headshot does about 85 damage, which is pretty nice, and this was described as a long-range shotgun. As you can see, it doesn't seem to have like a bunch of pellets shooting outwards, so I feel like it will still be pretty good at long range.
It looks like a
because
pistol.
We're only seeing this at a very close range. Based on the description we had leaked, there is still a chance that this shotgun works like Roadhog does in Overwatch. So for a mid-range distance, it will just shoot one very small projectile that can deal a lot of damage like this, dealing 85 damage to the head. But then after a
correct me
range,
if I'm wrong. That's a pistol.
Explodes and then becomes a bunch of.
I feel like it's just gonna be one bullet
that will deal damage as shrapnel at very long distances. Obviously, from the gameplay, we don't get to see that. We only see it close range, so that is still a possibility.
Oh, you also can't hear it.
And
I don't know.
What we see here is his shift ability again.
Hold on.
That we only see it close range, so that is still a possibility when Blade releases. And then what we see here is his shift ability again.
Yo, his shift might actually go crazy. And I wonder if it's on, like, if it resets whenever you switch between your gun. It probably won't. He might be broken if you can do that. But, yo,
and
that's kind of clean.
When you're using your shotgun.
That's kind of clean. I kind of like that.
If you're wielding your gun, will make you shoot an enemy and apply reduced healing. So I believe that is this ability.
Reduced healing.
If you press shift with the shotgun out, it looks like he slashes the enemy and shoots them at the same time, dealing crazy amounts of damage. I mean, we can't actually see the amount of damage, which is unfortunate, but that is that ability in action. So that is the sneak peek of gameplay that we have. That's it, bro. Info. Honestly, not loads.
Bro, chat, tell me what you think of that, bro. I'm excited for Blade. He might be my secondary main. Until Deadpool. I'm still waiting for once Deadpool comes out, bro. Nobody, I'm maining Deadpool. I don't care. Like, Deadpool's gonna be clean regardless, unless they make him like really goofy because he could do that with breaking the fourth wall. I think I'm gonna like Deadpool the most. So I think the order is gonna be Deadpool, Magic, then Blade. Blade seems cool. I like the way he's dressed. I don't like the way he's holding the sword. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments, bro. Peace.